What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, we back with our business portion of the channel. We here with Amancio Ortega. First time I ever heard of this guy, and it's how a railroad worker's son earned 57 billion. That's a lot of money for a railroad worker right there, but we finna check it out, learn some more. Y'all hit that subscribe button, send down those recommendations.
In 2016, Amancio Ortega became the richest person in the world, overtaking Bill Gates, who was holding the title for 2 decades. According to Forbes, Amancio Ortega's net worth today is $57 billion, which is not bad for a railroad worker. At the age of 13, Amancio Ortega had no food to eat, and his father was barely able to provide day-to-day needs to his family. He left school and formal education to work in a shop where his job was to sell clothes. 14 years later, he founded his own clothing store, which became the largest clothing brand in the world, which is widely known as Zara. Today, Zara's parent Inditex is the largest company in Spain with $70 billion market cap and employs over 162,000 people in its 7,200 stores worldwide.
That's major.
It has annual revenue of 20.4 billion euros. It controls many brands like Zara, Pull & Bear, Bershka, Massimo Dutti, Stradivarius, Oysho, Zara Home, Uterque, and Lefties.
Dang.
Want to know how a person like Amancio Ortega with no degree founded a massive $70 billion company?
That is wild.
Watch the whole video.
That's a wild amount.
Amancio Ortega, how a railroad worker's son earned $57 billion.
Dang.
We at Business Chronicles tell the stories of extraordinarily successful people. Please subscribe to our channel to help us in making more videos. In 1936, Amancio Ortega was born in a Spanish city called Bustongo de Arbas. He was the youngest among 4 children of Antonio Ortega Rodriguez, a rail worker, and Josefa Gaona Hernandez, a housewife. He spent most of his childhood in Tolosa, a municipality within the northern Spanish province of Gipuzkoa. At the age of 13, Ortega worked in a clothing shop in a city called La Coruña. He needed the extra money because his father's job as a rail worker was not enough, so he left the school to earn the livelihood. Later, he got another job as a delivery boy in Gala, a shirt maker business in La Coruña.
Shirt making.
Likewise, he became an assistant to a draper and tailor.
This makes sense why he had some of the biggest clothing brand stores out there.
This work revealed to the young Amancio the processes and costs of moving clothing and garments between designers, factories, and stores. Another lesson he learned was the value of direct product delivery to customers. This lesson would later become a significant part of his success in Zara, a company he later founded. During this period, he learned how the steps in textile production could lower costs while increasing speed and flexibility in the process. In the early 1960s, Ortega held a managerial job at a clothing shop. In this work, he realized that only a few could afford the garments in the shop. Hence, he thought of tapping the opportunity to supply local shops. He did it through the purchase of cheaper fabrics in Barcelona, fabrics he worked on by hand.
So did he come up with this 50% off sales and stuff for clothes?
By 1963, the items he made by hand and from cheaper fabrics were supplied to other shops. At the age of 27, he used the saved earnings to set up his first clothing company, which he called Confecciones GOA. Confecciones GOA started as a modest workshop for quilt dressing gowns and dresses. Included in GOA were cooperatives of women sew-makers who increased production turnaround. Distributed to local stores, this company's workforce grew to 500 after 10 years since it was founded. In 1975, Ortega founded Zara and opened its first store in La Coruña, Galicia, which is still present today. Originally, he named this first store Zorba after the 1964 comedy drama film Zorba the Greek. However, upon learning that a bar had a similar Greek letters, he changed the name and sign of his store to Zara. This new clothing store offered similarly designed low-priced products of high-end and popular fashion garments and clothes. It followed the philosophy and goal of bringing customers closer to the products they want at an affordable price. By 1977, Zara's first garment factories were GOA and Sumler, which were established in Artejo, Spain. Hence, these locations served as the headquarters of Inditex, Ortega's parent company he founded in the 1980s. Zara was one of the few brands which embraced the concept known as fast fashion today.
I honestly think we have a Zara in the malls at down here. I think I've seen this store before.
Ortega was able to keep up with the latest fashion trends, making Zara one of the few clothing brands which can regularly introduce new clothing lines without any delays. Amancio's strategy to create new designs with high-quality stitching within few weeks made Zara far ahead of its top competitors, who were taking at least 6 months to just catch up the new trends.
Wow.
By the early 1980s, Ortega expanded Zara to different cities in Spain. By 1983, the clothing store had become a fixture in many of the prestigious shopping districts in Spain.
That's nice.
Likewise, a logistics center for Zara opened in 1984. By 1985, he founded Inditex, which incorporated the factories, logistics center, and clothing stores under a parent company. Inditex also helped in the creation of a distribution system that helped Amancio's company adapt to different market trends.
Smart.
This expansion was possible through the changes he adapted in the design, manufacturing, and distribution schemes to decrease lead times. These changes also helped in adapting the company to adapt to new trends or fads, which he noted as fast or instant fashion. This new direction for the company became possible through information technology and groups of designers rather than individuals. The changes, innovations, and founding of companies helped Amancio to establish his company's brand, which contributed to its overseas expansion.
Yep.
In 1988, he led Zara to its first store outside of Spain, which was located in the Portuguese city called Porto.
Oh, nice.
A year later, another store opened in New York, followed by a boutique in Paris in 1990. In 1992, Ortega further tapped other markets by opening stores in Mexico, Greece, Belgium, Malta, and Cyprus.
Oh my God, he really.
By 1997,
that brand really worldwide. It remind me. I forgot the man or the people that is over H&M that was founded in what was it, Sweden, and I think this is major. This is cool. Like, I like the fact that we do got brands that was made in other countries and stuff. You know, I think that is awesome. But that's why I thought I've seen Zara
in 14 markets with 600 stores.
Gosh.
In 2001, Inditex went public and it was listed on the Madrid Stock Exchange. By 2004, Inditex had 2,000 stores in 56 countries. By 2009, Zara was part of the Inditex Group, which now consisted of brands such as Zara Home, Oysho, Massimo Dutti, Pull & Bear, Bershka, Kids Class, and Tempest Stradivarius. Ortega owned 59.29% of Inditex, which had 6,000 stores under its name, along with a workforce of 92,000 individuals. From the founding of the family-owned store and cooperative clothing workshop, Ortega grew his business within 4 decades. In 2001, he became the CEO of Inditex, one of the first and most successful holding companies of fashion retail stores and instant fashion. On the Madrid Stock Exchange, Inditex had a valuation of €9 billion, making Amancio a billionaire. He had become the wealthiest person in Spain. In 2005, he retired from his position as CEO but remained part of the business, as he continued to be in charge of design, manufacturing, and sales until his retirement as its executive chairman in 2011. From 2001 to 2011, he quadrupled the company's sales to €13.8 billion.
Look like they grew even more.
As of April 2022, he owned 59.3% of Inditex, while serving as an official advisor to the board.
Oh my God.
In 2001, the same year when Inditex went public, Ortega created the Amancio Ortega Foundation. This foundation is a charitable organization focused on social welfare and education. Some of the foundation's ongoing projects include care for the elderly, provision of scholarships, and construction of social welfare facilities.
That is good.
In terms of fulfilled projects, these include the construction and provision of healthcare training centers, teacher training, food banks, and homes for dependent people. Meanwhile, in 2012, Ortega donated €20 million to Caritas for food, housing, medicine, and school supplies for its beneficiaries in Spain. One of his foundation's biggest donations was in 2017, when they made a $344 million pledge to Spanish public hospitals
Oh my
to
gosh.
purchase equipment and acquire technology for breast cancer screening and
That's
treatment.
real good. Oh my
This
god.
donation led to 440 machines for screening and 70 radiotherapy machines for treatment.
Wow.
Amancio Ortega was born to a very poor family, and his family struggled to live through poverty throughout his childhood. He left the school and founded Zara and later Inditex. Amancio very soon realized that other retailers focus on fashion and latest trends. They actually were not listening to people, nor were they aware about its customers' needs. So Amancio created a unique model of Inditex where they focused on customer needs. Instead of pushing fashion on its customers, Inditex listened to its customers and created the designs and clothes they loved.
That's nice.
Apart
Wow.
from understanding its customers, Amancio created a sophisticated supply chain where all clothes were delivered to Zara headquarters in Spain where quality is checked, and later these clothes were delivered to outlets worldwide. Another reason that Zara became a top brand was that it changes its designs regularly. No matter how hit the design is, they change it. So
Hey,
every
gotta
time
adapt to
unique
the
designs are
seasons.
available. Consumers prefer to get unique designs at Zara, making Amancio Ortega the richest retailer in the world.
Wow.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.
Man, this was definitely new information. I never heard of Amancio Ortega, but that's crazy because I have seen a store called Zara in our malls and stuff before. I mean, I don't have one in my town, but when I go out of town, I've seen that before. Man, you just never know. You just never know, man. Sometimes you just gotta follow your dreams and those things that you're great at, that you're good at, you become great at, and eventually, you know, those hobbies turn into a career to the point where you're changing the world. You know, but this was good. Y'all let me know if y'all already knew about Amancio Ortega from Spain. Shout out to Spain. I love my Spaniards out there. But guys, that's all I have for this video. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, send down those recommendations, and y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out.